Official, we're back now with senior judicial analyst Judge Andrew Napolitano. A judge is here, and you were actually out of town this weekend, and I want to show you the pictures, America. This is what the press apparently reported as a couple hundred people showing up for a rally. Well, do we have the video? Well, that could just be two. There it is. There's a couple hundred people for a Tea Party. The police are saying that it was 8,000 to 10,000 people. But I didn't see this anywhere. I didn't see this anywhere on the news. You were there. You spoke.
One of my producer said that there was an article in an Ohio paper saying Judge Napolitano from Fox News spoke to 300 people. Now, the police themselves told me 8,000 to 10,000, and I saw the crowd. It was enormous. It was enthusiastic. It was happy. It was concerned about freedom. Glenn, I talk to them as I might talk to law students about where do our freedoms come from? Do they come from God or do they come from the government? They were listening to every word, and they understood the significance of it.
I have never seen America like I have seen it now. These are not jingoistic flag wavers. These are people who may in the past have been jingoistic flag wavers and just had kind of a faithless tradition in America, but now have done their homework, and they are hungry for the truth. They're hungry for the truth about the Founding Fathers that's never taught in school.
You know what they understand, and you mentioned it earlier on in the show. They understand that this is not a Republican versus Democrat issue. They understand that there is a Republican version of big government, which is dangerous to our freedoms, and a Democratic version of big government, which is dangerous to our freedoms. And somewhere, we all have to be pro-freedom. We're entitled to a government that stays within the confines of the Constitution, no matter who's at the head of the government.
I'm afraid that not enough people in Washington listen to these people, take them seriously. The media dismisses them. And they are growing in numbers. They are growing in numbers. On just a Saturday, 10,000 people will show up in Columbus,
85
Ohio.
degrees heat and about 95% humidity. So somebody was making a fortune selling bottled water. And I was the last speaker. So they stood in this weather, including a downpour, for an hour and a half before I got on. Wildly enthusiastic. Very big fans of the Glenn Beck Show, I have to tell you. I must have signed over 150 copies of Common Sense.
Really?
The Glenn Beck Common Sense.
Well, that's very flattering. And Judge, I have to tell you, I'm glad that you were there because you understand the Constitution, and America needs a good lesson in it again, and they're hungry for it.
Thank you for having me on to chat about it.
Okay, now.